I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. Let me just say this. I'm not going to be on here for long, but I had to come in here and share some perspectives with you guys. A little bit earlier today, you heard me talk about this interesting thing that happened at the NCAA championship. I don't know if you guys watched LSU played a really impressive game against against Clemson. And there was a guy there by the name of Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham Jr. used to be a star at LSU back in the day. I think they went to the championship, but they didn't actually win it. And so he was back there cheering on his teammates or his, the guys that or former, I guess fellow LSU superstars, if you want to call them that. And so Odell's there, right? And Odell basically, he's kind of a showman. He's kind of out here doing his thing. And he basically starts passing out money on the sidelines right after the players win the game. And I don't know if the money was real, the money was fake. I've kind of heard a little bit of both. And I would just say that what was fascinating was watching how the media, the racist media, reacted to the idea of Odell actually giving players money. It was really fascinating. They almost talked about it like it was a bad thing. Like it should be illegal for him to give the players any money. And I thought that was really interesting, right? I mean, it's really fascinating because people that have an issue with the players getting any money, any compensation for putting their lives on the line as athletes, those same people have no issue with the fact that the coaches were getting millions of dollars in bonuses for the work that the players just did, that the coaches and the administrators, who were mostly white, were getting paid handsomely for the work that was done by the athletes who were mostly black. There were some white athletes as well, of course, but most of the stars on the LSU football team are black. There's a white guy, though. It's a quarterback who's really, really good, but most of the star athletes on LSU's football team are black. So anyway, what was really fascinating was, in addition to them kind of dragging him through the mud in the media for passing out money on the sidelines, they also got him on this really interesting thing where apparently the players were in the locker room and they were celebrating like young guys do. I think they were smoking cigars or something like that. And for some reason, this white cop decides to come in and to harass the players. And literally, he threatened to send them to jail because they were smoking cigars. Now, I don't know about you, but where I come from, smoking a cigar is not something that a person should be jailed for. You're supposed to be jailed for trying to kill somebody. You're supposed to be jailed for robbing people. You're supposed to be jailed for violating people. You're not supposed to be sent to jail because you smoked a cigar, right? But he was threatening them with jail. So Odell Beckham, smacks the cop on his butt, right? Didn't hurt him, didn't punch him in the face, didn't kick him in the head, didn't pull out a knife or a gun, just gave him a little butt smack. Like, come on, man, let's have some fun. And do you guys know, you guys may not know this, but I want to just share this so everybody knows just how crazy racism can be. They were going to send Odell Beckham to jail for 6 months, basically because he smacked the cop on the butt. It wasn't even a cop. I think it was a rental cop. It was like a security guard. And so I saw this go down, and I just had to say something about this because I think it speaks to the desire and the consistent desire amongst the white supremacist system and those who benefit from it to oppress and to criminalize and to control the behavior of black men. This was nothing. I mean, think about this. These brothers wasn't doing nothing, wasn't hurting nobody. They had just went out and gave some free labor that made some white folks rich. Seriously, they make themselves rich. Their families won't be rich from this game. The administrators will be rich. LSU is going to be rich, right? The TV networks are going to be rich. The corporate sponsors are going to be rich. The coaches, the white coaches, are going to be rich, and the black coaches too. But most of the time, when it gets to the coaching level, suddenly the whole terrain kind of whitens up. I saw all the quarterbacks coaches and offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators, and I saw a lot of white guys in the coaches booth. I didn't see a lot of black guys in the coaches booth, but I saw a lot of black guys on the field putting their lives on the line, trying to win the game. And so, I think that this whole situation was worth talking about because it basically speaks to the sickness of the system and the hypocrisy of the system, The fact that they were trying to ruin Odell's life because he was giving a little bit of his money to these athletes who had just went out and done something amazing. And again, think about this. It's criminal to give money to the players, but it's perfectly fine to give money to the coaches. It's perfectly fine to give money to the administrators. Something's wrong with that. Like that's a sick, ridiculous system. And then on top of that, to criminalize them, it really, really speaks so deeply to where black men are in this society and how they view you. I mean, think about this. They have laws deliberately designed to keep you on the bottom and to keep them on the top, to keep you broke, to keep them paid, to keep you in jail, to keep them free. I mean, they were threatening to send these guys to jail for smoking. That's absolutely sick. And so what I want you to kind of do a little bit, because, this is the platform for intelligent black people. So I want y'all to think 2 or 3 steps ahead on this. I want y'all playing chess, not checkers on this. I want you to really think about this on a deep level. You can't disconnect the behavior and the actions of those in the establishment that night to the fact that that the state of Louisiana has historically and to this day has one of the largest black prison populations in the world. They have more black prison inmates than almost any other state anywhere, right? I don't know. Texas might have them beat. Maybe Alabama has them beat, but or maybe Mississippi's right up there. But these are connected. These are connected. Because think about this. There wouldn't have been no conversation about anybody going to jail if that police officer had not been messing with those guys in the first place. You're harassing young men because they're smoking cigars. There is no threat. They're not harming anybody. And then you're threatening to send a guy to jail because he kind of smacked the guy's butt. And he says, I understand sending somebody to jail because they really hurt somebody, sending somebody to jail because they were robbing people, sending somebody to jail because they pulled out a knife or a gun or you'll grab somebody by the throat and try to kill them. But you're trying to literally send somebody to jail for something that simply is not a threat at all. In fact, I find it quite interesting. Think about this. Bill Cosby right now used to be one of the most powerful men on the planet, used to be one of the most admired human beings anywhere. One of the wealthiest entertainers around, the highest paid entertainer in the world for many years in a row, is now expected to die in prison because he's accused, without evidence, he was accused of touching a white woman's boob. So effectively, that's what you're getting when you see racism. Racism basically says, we're up here, you're down here. If you even touch us, that therefore gives us the right to destroy your life. That gives us the right to put you in a hellhole called the American penitentiary system, and you will live the rest of your life as a convicted felon, maybe a sex offender, because you put your fingers on my body. If that ain't white supremacy, I don't know what is. If that ain't racism, I don't know what is. So y'all know where I stand on this. We know college athletes should be paid. If you ask me if I think college athletes should be paid, well, I ask you, do you think coaches should be paid? Do you think administrators should be paid? Do you think commentators should be paid? Well, if the answer is yes, 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 then for the players, they should certainly be paid because they're doing the most work, right? So let's just make sure you always know the difference between what makes sense and what doesn't make sense, because they got y'all ass backward in terms of how you're seeing the world. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, share and subscribe button. Please do that. Also, I want to remind you guys, we're doing a wealth summit this weekend with Julian Gordon and attorney Nicole Compton in New Orleans. Actually, I'll be in New Orleans tomorrow. The New Orleans event is completely sold out. But if you want to watch via live stream, you can actually check out the live stream by doing a 30-day free trial in our program, in our lecture series. We have a great Black Business School lecture series. So if you want to go sign up and be a part of the lecture series and get a chance to watch the live stream of the Wealth Summit for free, you can go to drboyceneworleans.com. That's drboyceneworleans.com. And of course, if you like cool t-shirts like this, we have a great t-shirt line at wokeblacktees.com. That's wokeblacktees.com. So feel free to go check that out. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna answer one question, then I'm gonna bounce. Hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button. So why do black women and black men still think it's okay to swirl with these? I can't answer that question. Swirling is not. That's not something I've ever thought about doing. So I'm not hating on nobody who does it, but that's something I consider to be a health hazard for black men. I think for black men, two things two things are hazardous to your health. One is swirling, because if y'all go in the room and nobody's there and she comes out and tells a story, they're going to believe her and they're not going to believe you, even if there's no evidence. The other thing that's a health hazard for Black men is sleeping with people that you work with. Even if she offers to sleep with you, if you sleep with her and then she decides to tell a story later on, they're going to believe her story. They're not going to believe yours. And I think you're seeing that played out in real life. Thank you, Kevin Ford, for your donation. I appreciate it. And he says, thank you for the knowledge. Well, thank you for the support. And those of you who would like to also help us grow the platform, we'd love to have you as a member of our League of Intelligent Black People. You can join by going to intelligentblackpeople.com. That's intelligentblackpeople.com. So I'm out of here, guys. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Be good. Peace.